Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you're not doing that well financially. Maybe you're struggling with mortgage payments, or you just aren't feeling like you're getting caught up financially with other people. Chances are you're smart enough, you're a hard worker, it's not like you don't put in time and effort, and you're not actually clueless about money. Most people, I'm sorry to say, will never be millionaires. And it's not entirely their fault. Some of the reasons are circumstantial or systematic, and others are well within your control. We're programmed to be poor from a very young age. In this video, I'll give you some financial tips that really helped and shifted my money mindset and helped me accumulate my wealth. Number one, they focus on the accumulation of assets and disregard liabilities as much as they can. I've worked with top-level executives, CEOs, and millionaires, and I noticed similar patterns and traits. They're always focusing on the accumulation of assets. Sometimes a liability is warranted, but they'll focus on how can I grow and enhance my wealth. Everyone's heard of stocks, bonds, equities, real estate, and this is primarily where their focus lies. Whatever continues to increase their cash flow. Liabilities, like I said, are anything that take money out of your pocket or actually cost you money. It sounds hokey, but just by shifting your mindset, you'll find that you're amazed at what you can accomplish. And I want to settle the record right here. I disagree with Robert Kiyosaki and his Rich Dad Poor Dad. I believe personally that your house is an asset. It's not a liability, because sure, it takes money out of your pocket and is not guaranteed to go up in value. However, over a long term, every house that I've ever known has appreciated in value because the land and the property itself hold value. Stocks, bonds, real estate, all of that costs you money as well. You have to pay a management fee for your portfolio, whether it be to your broker, banker, whatever platform you're on, it still costs you money. And they are not guaranteed to appreciate in value. They go down in value all the time. So I still maintain, sorry, Robert, your house is an asset. Number two, we are wired to become consumers. Consume all that we can and buy.
I don't know, but look how shiny.
All of this buying and consuming, as I'm sure you're aware, is making someone else rich, not you. It's actually costing you money. The millionaires that I know and have as friends, they don't focus on trends, and they're not concerned about getting the latest iPhone. They're more concerned with, how am I enhancing my wealth? The latest iPhone 16, 18, whatever number we're up to, I don't keep track, will provide you happiness for a week or two. And then give it 5-6 months later, and you'll see someone else walking down the street with the iPhone 20, and you'll have to have that because there's 2 new features. I'm not concerned with keeping up with trends. Many of the upper class that I know, they see all this money floating around and they're more concerned with, how can I get a slice of that? How can I provide a solution to a problem? Every time there's a recession, some chaotic event in the news, even tariffs that we're going through now, they see this as a great opportunity for possible entrepreneurship. How can I solve a problem that many people are facing and profit from it? Now, believe me, it doesn't have to be some over-the-top, complex computer AI-driven thing that you'll probably never invent and don't understand. It can be such a simple invention, and I'll give you a great example as I've never forgotten this story. Back in 1989, there was a woman named Tamika Edmark. I hope I'm saying that right. And she was coming out of a movie theater and she saw another woman, and she had her hair and it was coming undone from how she had it set, in a bun and a ponytail. And she was wondering to herself, I wonder if there's a way that I can make just a simple gadget that a woman could fix her ponytail, create one in just a minute or so. And like most people, she didn't think, oh, that's already taken, I'm sure that's been done. No, she got motivated, sat down, drew out plans, and created something, just a simple little device I'll show you here, that was able to create and flip a ponytail inside out in like a minute. And it retailed for only a fractional small amount. It wasn't nothing super fancy. Eventually, she produced it, patented it, and took it to market. And it was a tremendous hit, with over 80 million units sold and brought in over 100 million in revenue. Currently, her net worth is estimated around $50 million from just a simple invention. She saw a need from the market, didn't wait for permission, thought to herself, I'm going to take charge, and just made it. This is a textbook example of believing in your own agency and potential. Number 3, having clear focus and goals. The millionaires that I work with, well, you notice a different mindset. Like I said, they're not saying, oh,
Well, what will happen with my career, my finances? I'm not really sure. I better hope for the best and buy a whole bunch
of lottery tickets. We all know people who do that because they buy streams and streams of lottery tickets. This is called locus of control because they believe their fate is outside their hands. Entrepreneurs and the rich people that I've worked with, they take charge and they say, I'm going to master my own fate. Life might deal me a bad hand, as it often does. Life happens. I'm going to take this opportunity and do something with it. I'm going to turn my situation around or die trying. In case we haven't met, I'm Aaron, a 20-year corporate accountant and analyst living in Western Canada. I discuss personal finance, investing, and investment portfolios. I've been investing for over almost 2 decades now, and I think it's safe to say I know my stuff. I have the academic background and experience to back up what I'm saying. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, consider subscribing to my channel. Number 4, they're confident and fight for themselves. Now everybody is familiar with this, and it's a fine line of being confident but not overconfident, and a jerk but not being a pushover either. You have to, in this world, as we know, fight for what you want and stand up for yourself. If you don't, no one else will. If you've ever watched a CEO, you can tell the difference between them and a normal person, like a high-level CEO. They normally have a quiet confidence about them. They feel like they can handle any situation almost. They don't get easily flustered. They feel like they're a take charge kind of guy, like I'm going to master this or I'm going to figure it out. All traits that employers, the opposite sex, and people are naturally drawn to. People are not drawn to people that shy away, aren't confident, or don't believe in themselves, or just don't want to take charge and have no clear direction or goals. The thought process is, well, if you don't believe in yourself, I'm not going to either. You'll notice many of these traits in Harvey Specter from the hit TV series Suits. A high-shot lawyer who doesn't take crap from anyone and controls the frame.
You can't just... I can, and I am.
I thought we were working on this together.
Yeah, we are, Lewis. Same way a golfer and his caddy work together.
So that he doesn't have to report or feel like he's under anyone. They are lucky to be in his presence.
Let me make sure I understand this, okay? We negotiated a deal that gave you everything you wanted. Mr. Cooper signed it, and now you won't close until we take away the last shred of his dignity?
Bingo.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
And why the hell not?
Because I like Mr. Cooper, and my firm doesn't operate in bad faith.
He has clear directions and goals, so he just doesn't walk into a situation and say, I don't know, who will hire me? What's the plan for my finances? Where am I going to go with my career? He has established what his objectives clearly are. One CEO that I worked with, one of the best pieces of advice that he ever gave me was, I was a people pleaser at the time, and I said, well, I tried to help everybody as much as I can. He's like, that's good, to a point. But eventually, you have to just say no. And this leads on into the next point. Number 5, your time is valuable. We are wired from, well, birth and by our parents growing up, what we see on TV and the media, to grow up and be a good employee, right? You want to fit in, make your boss proud, and work overtime almost unasked, or put in long, hard hours and make the company and someone else you probably don't even know, your boss's boss, or maybe even their boss, rich, right? And if you bring in a huge amount of money for the company, or you drastically reduce expenses, maybe, just maybe, you'll see a fraction of that in return for, say, compensation or a promotion or a salary increase, something, but not guaranteed. It's just a possibility. And it's just been recently that people are starting to wise up to the fact, especially millennials, which I give credit to, that working overtime and being a good worker and making someone else rich at your expense isn't all it's cracked up to be. You're much better off channeling that energy towards your family, your personal interests, or ideally a side hustle or something else that helps your prosperity. I've worked in the corporate world a long time, and trust me, people will respect you more and value your time more if you do. Think of it like high school, right? If you want to get in with the cool kids, who's more likely in their eyes to be considered cool? Someone who's always begging and striving for their attention, who'll do anything they say, or someone who just walks away, isn't interested and says, I'll come back to you when you have something worth my time. Now, I'm not disrespectful to my employers. I work very hard, but my time is limited and they know that. On occasion, I have no problems with working overtime. When you first get into the work world, you're expected to put in lots of overtime. Either you earn or you learn.
Knowledge.
And I was still at the learning phase. Eventually, though, you know enough that you can say, no, I'm not doing that. And you have to push back on your employers. Otherwise, they'll take advantage of whatever time you can offer. They'll just keep tapping you, and then just say, oh, we didn't know. You should have said something. No, I'm setting the boundaries up now. And do it politely, respectfully, but you respect your time because your energy and time is limited. So you don't want to go home at the end of every day and say, I am just burnt out. I put in 150% at work, but now I have nothing left. Trust me, that is no way to live. Number 6, convenience is robbing us blind, and we don't even know it. I grew up in the 80s, the times of Rubik's Cubes and 4 or 5 hour Saturday morning cartoons, where my TV had 3, maybe 4 channels, 3, 6, 9, and 12 if I was lucky. The days of He-Man action figures, the original metal Transformers, not the cheap plastic ones they have now. And if you wanted something, you broke out the Sears catalog, circled it, and that's what you wanted for Christmas. You circled it in the Sears catalog, gave it to your parents. That's how far back I go. Nowadays, if you want something, well, it's there almost in an instant, right? With the click of a button. You just go online and say, oh, this looks good, I want it, and I want it tomorrow or the next day or now, like my daughter says. And you get so accustomed to just having this. And people fall into the easy habit of quickly becoming accustomed to convenience. And if you don't believe me, think about this. When's the last time you actually got upset or kind of flustered over the fact that your package was 3-4 days late? If you're interested in creating a strong, robust investment portfolio, and you've heard of Warren Buffett before, you might want to check out this video here.